and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I'm getting there with my Heaven and Earth design. I'm still not sure with this video being for the 29th whether I am going to get to 50% by the 31st of October. Not October, August. Life is flying away. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get to the end by, or 50% by the end of August. I'm still going to try. It really just depends how much time I get to do some of this. But I am currently on 48.02%. Once 3712 arrives, then I will be able to fill in some gaps and that percentage will go up, but it might only go up by 0.2%, maybe 0.03%. It's not going to go up hugely because it is only one colour. But I did finish off this strip today, so if I move this out the way, so I have now got all of that little cabin and deck and things in the tree is now done. So hopefully I'll get to 50%. That would be a nice aim now, I think. Whether it's realistic is a whole different kettle of fish, but I think it will be a nice thing to aim for the end of August. And the end of Heaven and Earth design in August, to actually have 50% completed. And as I say, I may end up still carrying on with it. I've not quite decided what I'm going to do for September. I do feel like this takes a very big chunk of, or not a big chunk, but it does take a chunk of my day, depending on what I'm doing. And I do have a very busy month or two coming up. But I like the fact that it's making good progress. So what I might do is I might switch to my other Heaven and Earth design throughout the month of September. Not doing a WIP and chat on my Heaven and Earth design every single time, but definitely throwing it in there to show you the progress. Maybe being a little bit more relaxed with it. So if I do miss a day because life, and the fact that I'll be on holiday for some of it, I'm not going to try playing catch up, but I am just going to take it that every day I'm going to try and work on my Heaven and Earth design and therefore make progress, which is the main thing. And if it works out in October, I may switch back to this one, because I have really enjoyed, one thing I have really enjoyed with this, even though some days, more so near the end of this month, there are some days that I have been playing a bit more catch up. The beginning of the month it went really well, doing a section a day. Nearer the end of the month with the printer issues, or even middle of the month I think, with the printer issues, it was a lot of catch up. So I was doing 2 or 3 days at a time, and then with my brother being here, there's been a couple of days that I've played catch up with, and in turn that's why I've got a little bit of this done recently, and that's why I'm struggling a little bit more to get to the 50%, because I've been playing a lot of catch up. So I think I'm going to still do it. So do my other Heaven and Earth design in September, and then maybe in October I'll pick this one up again, but not make it as, you know, as needing to catch up if I'm behind. Does that make sense? Because I've really enjoyed, and sorry, that's what I was saying, what I've really enjoyed is the fact that I have seen huge progress on this. rather than me sticking to I need to do some once a month. And I think it just, you don't see the progress. So while, you know, you don't realise that missing that 1 month is going to have such a big impact because it's only 1 month. You're only missing one section. Whereas if I'm doing that but still doing it daily, then I'm still going to see progress in a short amount of time. I've got 2 stuck together here. I'm just going to see if I can get them apart myself first off, because I only need 1. I've got this little bit here that's got a lot, and then a lot of this is the same sort of colours. So it should be a little bit of a blocky section, this one. Not as blocky as when I first started, but it's definitely got some blockiness to it. But yeah, I've really enjoyed seeing this move along. Seeing the fact that I am really getting somewhere with it. And progressing through it, and it is a project that if I bring that sort of commitment in of trying to do each day, there is an end in sight. So I definitely think that is something that I'm going to keep up, and I'm just going to switch it up between the 2. Maybe I'll even base it on how busy my month is going to be as to whether I do the mini one with 15 colours, which of course I'm putting down a lot more of each colour in each section so I can do it a lot quicker, or whether I do my big one. Trying to do the big one where possible, because it's moosive is what it is. So anybody that, I know there's a few people that have joined in with Heaven and Earth Designs. I know there's a few people that have joined in with other diamond paintings and just done a bit each day. So I hope you have all enjoyed it as well. There is, I'm still going to do, or the plan is still to do another WIP Chat on the 31st. And if all goes well, it will be the section that gets me to 50%. But then I am going to pop this one away for possibly a month while I'm so busy, and I'll focus on doing the other one. But I will still bring it into a WIP and Waffle every now and then, just to show you how it's going. But yeah, let's get in there. I do want to give a quick shout out to Jay. So hello Jay. Jay's mum has let me know he is 13 and he loves to watch my YouTube. So hello Jay, I hope you are enjoying your diamond painting. I have heard that there are quite a few diamond paintings that he has liked to do and asked for since seeing them or seeing me unbox them. So I hope you are enjoying doing your diamond paintings, Jay. Diamond paint along with me while I am doing my Heaven and Earth design. But it will be, I think next Sundays we'll be back to a normal diamond painting. We'll see if Picasso's finished. I was thinking Picasso would be finished in August. I'm now not so sure. Especially not if I do want to get to 50% on this Heaven and Earth design. I think Picasso might have to get finished in September. And I'll concentrate on getting to 50% on this Heaven and Earth design instead. And if I get a chance to diamond paint, I'll be doing this. We shall see. Okay, comments. What comments have we got? So, Irene, she says, thank you for sharing. She says she's waiting very patiently to see what I will be painting for the December Advent. She says also if you will be having any special in your for December as well. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if I've read that wrong. She says she does believe in me that I will make it to 50% for Heaven and Earth Design in August. Woohoo! You keep believing, Irene, and maybe I'll make it. Maybe I will make it. It's only a few days until you find out whether I have made it or not. But this is where I am at the moment. I am on 48.06. Just halfway through this line up here is classed as 50%. So I think I still definitely need to get all the way to the end for it to work. So I am filming this on Sunday night, and this is technically Monday's section. Though I may try and squeeze one in, it will depend. I have a very full, busy day with my brother and nephews and sister-in-law tomorrow, so I'm not sure what I will get done. And then I've got another 4 sections. So technically this is Monday, that would be Tuesday, and that would be Wednesday. That leaves 2 more sections. So I do really need to try and squeeze in a few more. Just a couple more to be able to say that I have hit 50%. But we'll try. She says she hopes the printer problems clear themselves up. So far, the printer is now behaving itself. So thank you. All the orders have been sent out. We now deal with Royal Mail strikes. There are postal strikes in the UK on certain days, but be assured we are posting out orders as soon as we can, when we can. We have even posted on a weekend, which we don't normally do. So we are even posting on a Saturday if we need to make sure that orders go out as soon as they can. She says she's still collecting diamonds for her Heaven and Earth Design mini, which is the Soul of the Roses. Well, I hope you're doing well with your collecting. It definitely takes a while, and some images definitely take a lot of diamonds, that's for sure. Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. This is the hard part now, where I pretty much know that none of these symbols are there. You know, you get used to recognising the symbols, but I feel like I have to tap on each of them because so many times I'm caught out by a hidden symbol, and that I've just not realised. So it's not until it gets right near the end that I'm happy to say, okay, that symbol is not there, and then skip past it. But we do have quite a few blocks of symbols in this one, so maybe this section will be a little bit quicker. I can't remember if it was quicker when I did the section above, but I am going to keep marking it off in rows because it's very much checkerboard-ish. Let's try not to press too hard down on the glue dot. It's checkerboard-ish, this one, so if I don't keep track of it, it's very easy to lose where I'm up to. And that's not good when I'm waffling. It can be very hard. Tammy, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she can see that I divided the section I was working on 6 squares in the section of 10. She said, why do you do that? She then went on to say, she said, you can't see the black lines behind the drills. So I think this is in relation to on the canvas. So there's a thicker line here, on my canvas, ever so thick, but there's also one next to it. This canvas is not gridded into 10. There are thick lines periodically through it, so those 2 lines are a little bit thicker than the rest, but they don't equal 10. So I am doing the thicker lines to give me my 10 grid, which copies the 10 grid on here, so that I know where I'm up to. And I do a 3 by 2 section, so 6 different squares in a grid, primarily because I find that that is a nice viewing size for me for the symbols on my tablet. I can see the symbols clearly with it being this size. It fits into the screen, which means I don't get distracted as much by all these ones down here. And it's an hour to hour and a half, a little bit longer if I'm doing a WIP and Waffle at the same time, for me to complete that section. So I roughly know how long it will take me to complete that. I don't think I could cope with a bigger section. I think this has also got to the biggest I can cope with doing in one lot. When I was doing near the other end of this, the last 2 sections, I did think about doing them both at the same time and moving the tablet across, you know, rather than tipping out the diamonds into the tray for each number and then having to pop them back in. Thought I might be able to save myself a bit of time. But then when I really thought about it, I thought I'm just going to confuse myself even more and take longer because I'm moving between 2 different sections. As soon as it gets to the part like this, where you have lots and lots of little bitty holes and lots of single little bits going into it, it gets so confusing. So confusing so quickly that I decided it was probably not worth it. I would just make life harder for myself. So I stuck to just doing it in this size section. Okay, so let's mark those ones off. Get all my diamonds lying as flat as I can. Got a few rogue trash ones in here as well. And then get myself in the right place so I can get the next row done. Tammy also says she is starting to get serious about doing a heaven and earth design. She says she's picked a pattern, but she does need to get the drills. She says, but if she asks people to donate their unwanted drills, she says, would it matter if they came from different diamond painting companies, or should she just be asking for Diamond Art Club? All of my diamonds are from different companies. There are some colours where I find there can be a slight difference. In fact, the first one I put down, 169, had a couple of different shades in it. However, I've picked a picture that can cope with different shades a lot better, because there's so many colours and because it's so close. I've not found it's caused a problem having different shades for it. There's no guarantee that Diamond Art Club will be exactly the same shade across the board. The way diamonds are made, you can still end up with different shades from the same company. It all depends on when they were manufactured and the batch they were manufactured in. If you were to just ask for Diamond Art Club diamonds from people, I think you would probably struggle. One, to get as many donated from those that are kind enough to, but as well to get the colours that you may need for your heaven and earth design. Not many people necessarily will keep their Diamond Art Club diamonds separate So unless they are somebody that only does Diamond Art Club paintings, they won't know which ones are Diamond Art Club diamonds. I might have some Diamond Art Club diamonds in here. I might not. I don't know. Whew. I think we're going to get some coloured in now. Yeah, I have no idea of knowing whether these are Diamond Art Club diamonds or not. I do have a couple of shades in this one. I'm not sure if it's going to focus, but I do have a couple of shades of green in this. But to me, they are all 646, and I am just putting them down, and I will get the same / the right effect. So it is your decision ultimately, but I don't think you'll be doing yourself any favours asking for diamonds from the same manufacturer or the same kit supplier. And I don't necessarily think it will make a difference either. But I don't know which are my Diamond Art Club diamonds and which aren't, so I couldn't tell you that whether they are or aren't the same shade, but I'm pretty sure that they are different or can be different across kits, dependent on when those diamonds were made. Okay, I'm going to do this square by square. I think there are so many diamonds in here. I think doing each square is the best option. Dominique said, "Hi Rebecca, I have been so enjoying watching your WIP and Waffles, especially when you are working on your Heaven and Earth design, and she has a question." Okay, let me get this line marked off. She says she really wants to do one of her own. She says, but how do you get your project loaded onto your tablet on your Pattern Keeper program? She says, you have kept me company while she's working on her Diamond Art Club called The Bluebird Song, and she's almost finished with it. She says it will be for her husband's birthday next week. Oh, that's good. At least you've managed to get that finished on time. To get the cross-stitch pattern into Pattern Keeper, I put it into Google Drive. So Pattern Keeper, as you may well know, is only available on Android. For an Android tablet, you need a Gmail account or email address. And as part of that Gmail email address, you can use Google Drive to upload documents. In fact, the only thing on my Gmail Google Drive is my Pattern Keeper apps. So that's where I store them. You can use, I think, Dropbox, Don't hold me to that one. But I think you can also use Dropbox and import them from Dropbox. But I just use Google Drive. I uploaded it from the email I got with the pattern and I purchased it, put it into Google Drive and then opened it on my tablet. I don't back it up very often, which could possibly be a bad thing. But I do actually mark on my canvas sort of where I'm up to. So I could just tell it to complete all squares and catch up if I did actually lose it. Prue says, for beginner cross stitchers, Lovecraft Forever would be a good YouTube channel to try. So if you're new to cross stitch, there you go. Lovecraft Forever, and that's showing as all one word. It'll be a good channel if you want some tips. Joe is the one who is doing a Heaven and Earth design in a cross stitch, which I think I've said it a few times. I would not want to do this pattern as a cross stitch. This section maybe. But some of the other sections that I do, nah. I would not want to be trying to work with those threads like that all the time. So she said, awesome long waffle, Rebecca. She says, cross stitch confetti, she said, is crazier than diamond painting confetti. And this is a woman in the know, or at least a woman that's actually done it, rather than being in the know and choosing not to do it. She says she hasn't done 600 stitches before, so cross stitch is definitely slower. So yeah, she hasn't done 600 stitches before, so her goal is to finish her cross stitch in mid-September. She said it might be fun to do the pattern as a diamond painting as well. She says, or maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's both, Jo. Maybe it's a good idea and you're crazy. Because I reckon you could do it, and I reckon you could do it super quick. To have both the cross stitch and the diamond painting of the same image. And I reckon you'd knock it out the park. But yeah. I did think about doing so I have done a few, I know I've mentioned before, I've done a few stitcher photos that DMC used to do. They used to do the option where you could get a photograph turned into a chart. And I've done a few of family members. And I did think about doing one of them as a diamond painting to see how it would turn out. This is one of the ideas that floats around in my head that I sometimes have to rein myself in and say, hang on, you have 2 heaven and earth designs that you've not finished yet. You can't go doing another mad project. So yeah, I have thought about doing it. However, the cross stitch I did years ago. So I wouldn't be redoing the cross stitch for the purposes of the experiment. I'd be doing the easy option, which is the diamond painting. Nancy says, good morning, Rebecca, and thanks for the company while I work. You're so welcome. Sorry this WIP and Waffle wasn't on a Sunday as usual. But I did mention it in the video I did yesterday. We had my nephews and of course their parents were due round to visit us, and we had a shop till you drop that we needed to do. My nephew heard that when my niece came in January, she did a shop till you drop, and he wanted to do the same thing. So yeah, they were due round for us to go and do a shop till you drop, which is basically just letting them pick up all the sweets from the sweets aisle, filtering out a few, and then letting them go to the checkout with them. And then they got rationed by their parents later, because Auntie doesn't do that. Auntie just tells them that they have to wait until they're allowed to eat them. Yeah, so I already had plans to do that, and I didn't have the time before they were due to film the WIP and Waffle and get it up on the channel and edited and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I didn't have time to do everything, so I did a slightly shorter video that would have been today instead, so I just switched them around. And here's the WIP and Waffle. So you don't have to wait long, provided everything goes well. There'll be another WIP and Waffle in a couple of days. So far the schedule is no video tomorrow, because I am doing the videos on this channel now probably about 5 times a week. I'm going to try and make it average-ish 5 times a week on this channel. So there isn't a video tomorrow. Then I'll do my final WIP and Waffle. And then there'll be videos, I think, then for the rest of the week. Because, yeah, next Saturday is actually new shop announcement items. Before the big one in October. October's the big month for us for shop launch. But we do still have limited edition tray colours and a couple of other goodies to launch this September. Right, why have I got a diamond there? I don't know if that's just fell out this tray or it's moved and I've knocked it with my hand. So I'm going to put it there, and if I find I'm missing a diamond anywhere, because these do have a couple of shades, as I said before, but I'm just putting them down anyway. If I find I'm missing a diamond, then I know where it is. And if I'm not, it can go in the pot with these and be on its merry little way. Some says, can we please have a hint as to what the price of the Advent painting will be so that we can start saving? It said especially for those of us in places with a weak currency. We will announce some of the details of the Advent as soon as we've got them finalised. We think we have pricing finalised, but there are just a couple of things that we need to check firstly. So yeah, stay tuned and we will give details of that as soon as possible, because I do understand that some people will want it and will need to budget, or some people want to know so that they can determine whether it is in their budget or not. But yeah, we are planning, once things have calmed down a little bit here, we will be giving out details of things that are launching in October. Or at least some of the things that people are waiting on. We will start giving details of those sooner than normal. So not just a week before launch. We'll start giving you details of some of the things beforehand so that you can make plans. And then, of course, there will be some things that will wait until launch day, or the week before launch day. Yeah, just give us a bit to get it all straight in our heads and I'll be passing it on. Colouring with Lou. She said, I smiled when you mentioned Take That. She said she's also a bit of a fan and has been lucky enough to meet them on a couple of occasions. She said they are such lovely lads. If you'd have told me that when I was 15, the jealousy would have been huge. Absolutely huge. I can cope a bit more now that I'm older. But yeah, that was one of the bands. It's very weird. I really enjoyed Take That, but the music that I enjoyed listening to was also Guns N' Roses and Bon Jovi. They were my three bands, and I still love to put Bon Jovi on when, you know, I just want some music from the good old days. I still always go back to Bon Jovi. Those were the days. Denise, she says, in her experience, like pads, she said, make the darker symbols, she said, harder to see than just looking right at them. She says you get used to it as paintings go on. She says, but she's only done 2 and both were in colour, with a lot of dark colours. She said she uses a light pad for everything. And it was so weird, she said, not to use it for her crown jewel canvas. She just had to turn it off on occasions to be able to see the symbol clearer. She says it thinks it's because there are fibres in the fabric on the crown jewel canvas. It's not something that is bleached to pure white. So having it backlit, the fibres show through the canvas and make the symbols look a bit fuzzy. Oh, I'll have to bear that in mind when I do mine. Maybe I'll keep it as more of a summer project, because I find in the summer, or at least spring, when we get light evenings quite late, we're getting at the end of summer now, so we're not getting, you know, I am turning the lights on in the conservatory earlier and earlier than I used to be. But I haven't used my light pad for ages, because I've just been able to see the canvas without it. I've just not needed to. So maybe I need to be doing when I get round to it, when I finish these, maybe I need to do my Heaven and Earth design canvas in the summer so that I can see the symbols clearly. But no, that's good to know. Simply Read says, happy Friday, Rebecca. She says she has been allowing advertisements to play since you first mentioned that it benefits you. She says she figured it gives her some extra time to diamond paint. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching the adverts that do help me keep doing this as a business, and more diamond painting. So win-win. We both win on that front, which is always good. Diana says she loves the WIP and Waffles on the Little Dreamers tree. I love the WIP and Waffles on this now that it is not something that, you know, there's things that have happened on it since you last saw it. That's why I now love it. When it was, you know, you would only see me do each section, I felt like, you know, not much had changed. Like, what was I actually really showing you? So I definitely think when I, you know, am able to work on it throughout the day, I think the WIP and Waffles are a lot better. Because there's progress, and progress is always good. I am double checking that the diamonds, when I'm doing this top section, that they do match in count, checking that I haven't missed any. Katie Ann, she says, congratulations on your new adventure. She says she loves listening to the Waffle while she diamond paints. She's another one that is no to a Heaven and Earth design, she said. I think it's Nancy. Your crew's growing, Nancy. There's more of you. You're not alone. She says she's sure her brain wouldn't cope. She says, plus she's still not very confident doing squares. But if she could buy a normal painting in round with the drills, then, without the drills, she says then she would use her spares on that. See, I do think some companies are missing out, not just offering the fact of only the canvas with a picture on it for people to add their own drills to. Though I'm not sure if it's, you know, where the costing comes in on whether it's the canvas that costs more or the drills that cost more. So that Rogue drill is one of these that must have jumped out of my tray. Okay, I don't think I'm going to have many of these now, but I am just tapping on them really quickly. I don't need to look at this side. This symbol is in my last case. I know it is. So I'm tapping through these, looking for any that light up on here, because otherwise I will miss one and I will have to go back and find the case. And that's not entertaining, because I stack them on top of each other now. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to ask you guys as well. I know I showed you, I did an impromptu type vlog on the craft room revamp because Megan had an idea when I was discussing potentially a way of getting more space of trying to work the craft room so that I could get more items in it, slash, you know, more places to be able to store stock that didn't disrupt family life, and would look nice and tidy and would give me more space to tuck things, because I do like to tuck. So yeah, I did an impromptu vlog on the revamp of the craft room. Now, even though I had a day where my to-do list is a full page long, when I did a little need to do brain dump, it was a full page, and this wasn't written in big writing with big gaps. It was written on a page with lines, and it was a long one. But I also have the brain that occasionally when I find something that is a problem, especially organisation wise, it can stop me from moving on, and it can demotivate me that much that things just don't get done until that little niggle is fixed. And I had that the other day in this craft room. I had a niggle with the new items that we were selling and had been ordered, of the logbook inserts, which we've always sold the logbook inserts, but we've not sold them in 4 different colours. So keeping 4 different colours of logbook inserts tidy is a bit past entertaining, trying to keep them all in order. We also have brought in the item of the Paint Gem Mini covers and stickers. And keeping those, there is a lot of Paint Gem Mini sets, especially when you have a lot of inserts and stickers for them. So I was having a look for things that could be used to store A5 paper, and everything that I was looking at, it was either too well, most of it was too big in general, but even something that I did, you know, wonder whether I could make it work, were really expensive. So I did actually come up with an idea, and it was my idea rather than Megan's. But I did use the boxes, the A5 postage boxes that we use. I mess with them, cutting sides off and things to make myself some little file folder slats for all the things. So happy with myself in relation to finding something that did not cost a fortune but would work, and still look kind of pretty, because I do think pretty can help function to a certain extent. I definitely think pretty can help with the process, and my spares box attests to that, because it is so much nicer putting away my spare drills because the box is pretty than it would be if it wasn't. So yeah, I did end up doing another mini revamp of the craft room. Now this is in no way like the vlog. I haven't filmed it or anything. It is not a full-on change. It is just a shuffle around on the shelves that I already have. Okay, so I think I have got to the end of this case, which is case 3. So all I have now is the last case. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to search by symbol, because I'm pretty sure, all of these are in this last case. So I'm going to do them in a different order, but one that makes sense. So yeah, my question to you guys is, do you want a video on the craft room change around from when I did the full revamp? So as I say, the shelves are in exactly the same place in relation to the bookcases. Some of the shelves might have moved, but the bookcases, the craft room is all in the same style. But I have moved things around to make it work better. And I think I did say there was some things that I would potentially tweak. So let me know if you want to see a video on basically how the shelves look now that they have been tweaked, and see where your goodies sit before they're sent to you. Let me know. Okay, some of these comments now are from the WIP Chats that I did with Megan. Just so that some of them will make sense if they're one with Megan and not a Heaven and Earth Design WIP Chats. So Cat Lady, she says, ooh, she says, I spy a waste drills tray in front of Megan. She says, by the way, it's nice to have Megan with us today. Yes, Megan did sneak in a new product that we are working on. We do need to do a few things on that actually to get that more finalised in design so that the printers can get working. This is the 3D printers, not the paper printers that were playing up the other week. So yes, we do have a prototype, and Megan did sneak it into the WIP Chat. I didn't realise until partway through that she actually had it in the WIP Chat. But yes, that will be coming at some point. The design just needs to be finalised, and then it does need to be printed. And as with any new product we launch, I do need to ensure, let's try that one, there we go. I do need to ensure that there is a decent amount of stock printed, so it might take a bit of time. Anne Smith also said she loves seeing Megan and a sneak peek of the tray. Sarah, she says her Yorkies rip everything to pieces. She hates squeaks too. She said it's too funny. She said Spaniels are full of love for food, but it makes them easy to train in our kennels too. Yeah, so that is in relation to Luna. She is a cockapoo. She does have very much spaniel ears and very much spaniel love for food. She will pretty much do anything for food. She has now learnt the word biscuit, and responds to biscuit more than she does to come here. So Yeah, but she does destroy toys that have any crinkles in them. She likes to destroy them so she can take out the crinkles and eat them, is what she does. So they don't last very long at all anymore. Oh, Sarah Jane also says the trash tray being used is also very cute. Which it is. It is extremely cute, and I must say I'm loving using it. Todoke Crafts says their first ever diamond painting was a 60 by 90. I like it. Off Amazon. Said it was a supernatural piece. She jumped in and out without any knowledge about the hobby. Jumping in with both feet. I like it. That's my kind of style. Bernadette, she said she loved today's waffle with both of us. She said it was lovely to hear from Megan. Oh, see, this is the problem when I flip between the two. I was still on the search feature. So these are two right near the end. I know they are. So let's go back to highlighting. This is the thing with doing it every day as well. I completely remember where some of the symbols are. So Bernadette says, it's great to hear from Megan. Which symbol did I pick? She said the little trash tray looks so cute. She said she can't wait until it's available. She said she received an email to say that her order has shipped. She said thank you for that. She says, and thank you for combining, she says, her two orders. She said there was no need to refund the postage on the second order. She says she didn't expect it as it was her mistake, but she appreciates it. Well, that's what we do. Launch weekend, when we print the orders, we do check for any duplicates and combine and refund any overpayment in postage, depending on the weight, because, you know, mistakes do happen. And we do realise with the excitement of launch that people can sometimes forget they want something else because they're trying to get something that's launched. So we do it automatically on launch weekend. Otherwise, we will combine an order if you email us in time. Because sometimes we, you know, if we are packing orders at the time and an order pops through, we will print it and pack it and send it straight away. It really depends on the time of day. And I can't even tell you which time of day because it changes. But yeah, we do charge postage at weight. And we do try and keep postage at cost. Or on small orders, just a small amount for postage, for packaging. That's only on small orders. We don't charge it on big ones. So, yeah, we're always going to do that when we can. Bernadette says she loves hearing about Megan's work and the way the education system works in the UK. She said it seems quite different from Ireland. She said she loved French at school. She's by no means fluent. She said, but some years back, she said she did manage to get herself and hubby around France for 2 weeks without getting lost. I call that an achievement. So do I, Bernadette. I agree with you fully. That is an achievement. And you know what I've just realised I want to look at? What is that? You see, it's like, is that the tree? So I'm having a look now. This is where I'm up to, if it will focus. So this is the hut. Let me move that out of the way because, oh, I'm now at 48.42%, by the way. So this is that part there, which you actually can't really see, that little hammock, but it is this hut. Is that bit there. So this looks like it's the beginning of, I don't know whether it's a fairy's hair or something else. But whatever this is here, which I could pull the image up on their website and it probably showed me better. But it looks like I'm about here. And then it looks like I am going to have quite a bit of brown. And it looks like, even though I've still got a little bit more to move over here, a little bit more of the pink, but then it looks like I might lay off the pink confetti until all the way down here. So maybe there'll be some speed in this big trunk. But who knows, it could still have 50 colours per section. Or even 200 colours per section, because I've done 14 I've emptied now, so I'm down to 220 colours for this diamond painting, but time will tell. There is quite a bit of black and stuff in the next section, but then even when we get near the middle, it's a lot of browns and reds and all sorts of colours. But join me on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, all going well. I will have another WIP and Waffle. All going super well. I will be doing this section over here. And reaching 50%. No promises, but all going well. I'll see you over here in a couple of days. We shall see if I can basically cram in this section on Tuesday. That's what I need to do. Get 3 sections done Tuesday evening. And if I can get that done, then maybe we'll do the final section on Wednesday. We shall see. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to my waffle. And I'll speak to you all again soon.